Welcome to Nerd Stalker, episode 21. I'm your host, Adolfo Fronda. We partner with the San Francisco New Tech Meetup to speak with Alex Wong, Director of Products for 23andMe. 23andMe was recently featured on Oprah and was also named Invention of the Year by Time Magazine for 2008.
My name is Alex Wong. I'm Director of Products for 23andMe.
And what does 23andMe do?
23andMe introduced the world's first personal genome service, and basically what that means is that people can come onto our website and for $3.99 purchase a kit that allows them to spit into it. They send a saliva sample back to a lab, and we process that on what's called a DNA chip, take that information and post it to a website where people have a private account that they can log into, and they get all kinds of information from their DNA, including health and traits, ancestry. They have the ability, if they want to share that information with friends and family, compare themselves, and it's really an ongoing experience. As science discovers new things about genetics and the associations between genetics and diseases, we continuously update the website. So for $3.99, you actually get a lot of value, and every month new stuff is being posted to our website, and you log in and you find out new things about your genetics.
So it's essentially it's physical kit, send back to you, and then website. Can you tell me more?
Right. So after about 4 to 6 weeks, after your sample's been processed, we get the data back. We'll actually send you an email. You log into the account that you created before, and you log in, and we've organized a bunch of content, interactive tools for you to basically explore everything that your genome tells you about yourself. And so there's a dashboard that basically rates the different risks and how your genetics are impacting, say, your risk of type 2 diabetes, obesity, heart attack. It'll tell you fun things like whether or not you can taste the bitter chemical in broccoli or beer or Brussels sprouts. For me, for Asians, it will tell you whether you have alcohol flush reaction. When you drink alcohol, do you turn red? All kinds of interesting things about ancestry. Really great tools, high-resolution tools that genealogists are very excited about to learn about the maternal, paternal lineage. You get a map of your chromosomes and what ancestry each part of your chromosomes come from, and you get a really beautiful mosaic that makes for a great poster or a T-shirt or something like that.
This is all very scientific. We're using a lot of big terms and things like that. How do you simplify this for, the end user?
Right. I mean, that's really the goal of the company. Is we realized this technology came out and it was possible for people to get their DNA information. But if they had just gone and gotten these chips for themselves, they'd end up with a raw data file that just has a bunch of numbers and letters, and people wouldn't be able to understand that. And so the mission of 23andMe is to make genetics accessible for individuals. And so we put a lot of time and effort into making our user interface, our tools understandable, accessible, educational content. We've got a great series of videos called Genetics 101. We're working on a new one called Ancestry 101. And these are kind of Schoolhouse Rock style videos that educate people about the basics of genetics and help them understand our product as well. So we've also got an educational mission to bring genetics to the masses.
You have these single family homes. A lot of people don't know who, like, maybe one of their parents are or something like that. And then they can see a predisposition to some sort of history.
Right. Yeah, actually, this is a fantastic product for people who are adopted, where they don't know who their parents are, they don't have that medical history, which is really the first question that your doctor asks you when you go in to see them. And for those people, getting this genetic information is really the only way they have of understanding some of their risks, where normally you would get that from family history. Now you can get it from your genetic information.
The biggest concern is privacy. Tonight this question was like, how do you protect me? How do I know some company is not going to come and exploit my information? What if you guys are acquired or something like that? How are you guys addressing that?
Yeah, so privacy and security are really high priorities at this company, and we recognize that if we don't do everything that we can to protect our customers, we don't have a business. If people don't trust us, if they don't feel that we're transparent, the things that we do with the information and the ways we protect it are not clear to our users, they're not going to be our customers. So we put a very heavy emphasis on that, and we have from day one. So in terms of actual physical security, electronic measures to protect that information, we've got multiple levels of encryption built into the system. And we try to make the consequences of getting that information very clear to users before they actually sign up for the service, so they understand what they're getting into.
I heard you guys were like some sort of invention of the year or something. Can you speak about that?
Yeah, that was very exciting for all of us. Time Magazine actually chose us as the 2008 Invention of the Year.
Time Magazine did?
Weeks ago, yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, it coincided with the election, so we didn't get featured on the cover of Time magazine, but the team, it was great for the team. I mean, really kudos to everybody who works at the company. The entire team did a fantastic job putting the product together. I'm really proud of them. So.
What's the go-forward sort of roadmap for you guys?
Longer term, I mean, one of the missions of the company that's been stated by our co-founders is a research mission, and that's our program called 23andMe, where we're enabling for the first time consumer-driven research. We have a platform where people can take surveys on our website and actually contribute to scientific research. They'll answer things about their health conditions, about their traits, tie together with that survey information, and actually make new discoveries of the same kinds that we're reporting today in the product, but actually advance the state of science and ultimately, hopefully, make an impact in how we do healthcare as well.
So what if I'm looking for a little more granularity? If I am the scientist and I really want some in-depth information, am I only going to get sort of like the lightweight information, or what can I see?
Absolutely not. I mean, our product really ranges from your grandmother to the hardcore bioinformatician, and the fact that half the company is our PhDs from Stanford in bioinformatics, they insisted on having the rawest form of the data. So we've actually got a feature called the Genome Browser, where if you want to, you can browse every single one of your 600,000 SNPs or points on your DNA. You can download that information, and I mean, there's actually a little cottage industry that's popped up to further analyze the information that you get from our service. But of course, our main focus is on helping average people understand. But for those hardcore geneticists, they've got information to die for.
And are you guys privately funded, or who are your backers? Or
yeah, so our first round of funding was a combination of NEA, which is a venture capital firm, Google, and Genentech. And so, I mean, we're very happy with the support that they've shown us, and that's given us a lot of flexibility to grow the product and start to get some of the success that we've been seeing with things like Oprah and Time Magazine Invention of the Year. So it's been fantastic.
And can you give us a contact email address, your support address, and where do we find you?
Sure. People can always email help@23andme.com, and just go to our website, www.23andme.com, and check it out. It's a great product. We just lowered the price from $1,000 to $399 recently, so it's a lot more accessible. And we've also got a demo account. You can set up, play with a sample family that we call the Mendels, and get a sense for what the product is really like.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. It's very nice to meet you.
Thanks, Adolfo. Great talking to you.
Thank you. What's up, Miles?
I hate to interrupt, but
I won something.
You won.
Finally. I won something. Finally.